Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 35 of the Pokemon Cup Series. Today we're here at Kansas Speedway for the running of the KC Masterpiece 400. We're back to the good old 1.5 mile tri-ovals, and Kansas is one of the best ones out there. So we're moments away from going racing here again at Kansas. On the pole for this race will be the 31 of Cassandra Kirker. On the outside will be the 42 of Chandler Caudell. In row 2, it'll be the 51 of Joseph Romanuk and the 1 of Cullen Francis. Making up row 3 will be the 72 of Steve Morgan and the number 7 of Ryan Butcher. In row 4, we'll have Derek Hamill and James Richardson. And running out your top 10 in the starting position are Reagan Whitlock and Christian Vargas. And we go through the rest of the starting lineup here at Kansas today. Last weekend at Michigan, it was a pretty fast race, but it was decided on lap traffic, and this was right here is the winner at Michigan, Zachary Fitzwater. And Fitzwater, by the way, scored his 17th career Pokemon Cup Series win, which will put him within 1 of 18, which is how many Seth Cole got in his career. So Zach Fitzwater is now currently the winningest active driver in the series, excluding Pichu in the 99. And here's the rest of the order in the lineup as we're about to take you excuse me, we're about to take you trackside for the command to fire up the engines.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
I'm up in the center of 1 and 2 up here, so as you're going down the back stretch into 3, it may appear to me that they're inside, but they may be just shy of that. I'll really try to stay on top of that all night, but...
Alrighty guys, 26 laps here at Kansas. And we're going to do stages a little bit differently here. At this race, we will have the first stage end after lap 8, the second stage will end after lap 16, and the final stage will be a 10-lap showdown to the finish, with again no stage breaks. So here we go. Cassandra Kirker is going to lead the field with the green flag. We're underway in the KC Masterpiece 400 at Kansas. And a wonderful start by the 31 car. Already away. They're going 3 wide in the middle. Ooh, 14's loose. 92 is on the apron, slowing drivers down. And now he spins. And now there's a crash. And the 34 of Carter Friesen flips. And a big crash on the first lap of the race. Wow. We're in for a real treat, folks. Let's see that again. As the 92 was loose, that is Josh Drake. Josh Drake got loose. The other cars went in the grass, but able to avoid the wreckage. But Carter Friesen was the one that got hurt the most. Friesen goes flipping and flying all around the track. And the 4 of Joshua Siculi, Rowe, DeLello, Acevedo, Lopez, they all got involved in the crash. Almost half the field, in fact. And now Billy Bishop gets hit by Sebastian Kukulon. Under caution, John Andrews is hitting him, and Siculi hits him. Wow! As they continue to wreck under yellow. Boy, has this been a big... Wow, what a start to this race. What a start to this race. 6 cars are out of it already, and we're back to the green with 20 laps to go. And look at this. Rowe hit by Don Duthit. And Kirker, another great start. 20 laps to go, and now now they're crashing again. As Ryan Butcher is the one that spins this time. And now there's more cars wrecking. And here we go again at Kansas. It has turned into a wreck fest here. As Butcher gets hit by Richardson and then the 23 of Derek Hamill. And then there's a pileup. And this time Benjamin Miles ended up flipping. Oh boy. The wrecks continue here at Kansas, and it will end under... Stage 1 ends in overtime. No, wait, Stage 1 will end under caution. I'm sorry. Stage 1 is going to end under caution. They're not going to end. They're not going to get the point. They're going to pit. They're going to be worried about surviving here than getting playoff points at this point. Because it's all about survival now at Kansas. My goodness. So who got the playoff point? It appears that it's Cullen Francis that got the playoff point and 10 bonus points. And then there's Vargas, Morgan, Kroom, Duthet, Kirker, Caudell, Romanuk, McShane, and Richardson in the top 10. That'll get bonus points at the end of Stage 1. Stage 2 will end after lap 16. So now we'll see if they're going to stay under green in this lap. Only 27 cars are left on track. So far, so good. First time they've had a green flag run today. But boy, has there been a lot of wrecks today. There's been a lot of beating and banging here today at Kansas. Oh, Donovan Duthet, a little bit of contact there, but he's able to continue the race. And the leader is Cullen Francis. Vargas and Morgan running in the top 3 now. Now Kirker on pitting, who pitted earlier in the race, runs 4th as she's trying to catch up to the leaders. Oh no, there's a spin! Chandler Caudell is around. Chandler Caudell was hit. And I believe it was by Priya McShane. So, unfortunate for Chandler Caudell to be hit. And the yellow will come out again. It's going to set up an interesting a battle for the win. So, they're going to pit or not? It looks like they're not going to pit. So, who's going to get the playoff point? It looks like Francis will once again earn himself another 10 bonus points and another playoff point for being the leader at the end of Stage 2. Vargas, Morgan, Kirker, Romanuk, Hunter, Ezekiel Hines, Giovanni Castillo, Austin Stitzel, Reagan Whitlock will finish the top 10. They'll earn bonus points at the end of Stage 2. We're going back to green with 9 laps to go. 9 laps to go in a crazy race here at Kansas. Probably the most wrecks we've ever had at a race at this track. But man, these guys are all aggressive. These guys are just going all at it, trying to find the right grooves and battling it out for every point. They're all trying to battle for playoff points, that's for sure. And those bonus points. And they now know what's at stake here at every race. Kirker dropping way back as she's losing positions, and Cullen Francis in the meantime, nothing to worry about yet as he is pulling ahead. This looks like it's going to be a short race for us to do with all the cautions that have happened here today. Wow. Might even be shorter than one of our races, either the national race or the truck race. This is supposed to be the Cup Series with the most laps too, so cautions have really sped up this race. We're coming to 6 laps to go here at Kansas, and a battle for second heats up with Joseph Romanuk looking to go down low. And Romanuk's got that position away with 6 to go, and now it's a battle between the champions, between Romanuk and Francis. It's not going to be there for long as here comes Priya McShane. And she has gone the second spot away. Here comes Vargas. Vargas up to third place now. Just 5 more laps around Kansas. And Castillo wants to get the second spot back. Look at Kirker making a surprising comeback. And Cassandra Kirker makes a comeback to 4th. McShane is 2nd. Castillo and Kirker running in the top 5 with Romanuk. So these are 2 teammates battling for 3rd. 3rd and 4th. Oh no, 2nd and 3rd. They're 2nd and 3rd. I'm sorry. They're 2nd and 3rd, but they're still trying to catch Cullen. 4 more laps around here at Kansas, and I'm surprised that all 4 Joe Gibbs cars actually survived. It's weird, but they somehow made it through. All 4 Joe Gibbs cars somehow made it through all that and are trying to complete the race. Just 3 more laps around for Cullen Francis. And he's got to hope that a caution doesn't fall here to force overtime. Because he has a big lead, almost near a little over 1 second ahead of the 2nd place car. 3 cautions today. We've seen wrecks left and right, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get a caution to decide who wins in overtime. 2 laps to go though for Cullen Francis. Closest battle now is Joseph Romanek in 4th place, and Evan Hunter just moves up to 5th. Follows the draft and he gets the 5th spot. Here we go though, coming to the white flag for Cullen Francis, the defending series champion, looks to get his first win since winning the title last season, and he has a chance to do it with the white flag waving. 1 lap to go. The pit strategy worked out to his advantage at the end of the race, and he survived all the wreckage that Kansas brought out here today. Car number 1 will be finishing position number 1, it looks like. And here comes Cullen Francis, coming off the final turn to win the KC Masterpiece 400 at Kansas, the first win for the defending champion in season 35, sorry, 35. Well, we had a lot of drivers rack out, but in the end, car number 1 survived. And it was Cullen Francis that took home the checkers here at Kansas. First win since winning the championship last season for Cullen Francis. And he's glad that he's going to be able to get the chance now to defend his title with another championship, possibly. So watch out for Cullen Francis as he is pursuing more championships here today. So it's going to be fun to see Francis back in the playoff field to see if he can go back-to-back in the Pokemon Cup Series and championships. Here are the drivers that retired from the race. Only 26 drivers survived the entire race. Very short race, but nevertheless, though, we had 3 cautions. We had a lot of crashes, the most we've ever had at Kansas. And the big survivor was Cullen Francis, who was able to pull away from the field at the end to win the race. So Cullen Francis is your winner, and we'll see you guys next weekend. Hopefully it'll be a lot better than this weekend, and that'll be at Dover. The Monster Mile will be back for our next race weekend. You don't want to miss our trip to the Monster Mile coming up, so we'll see you there.